Thanks again to those that have just joined us this evening, and welcome to our UCEN Manchester live panel discussion. I'm Amy and this is my colleague Izzy, and we're your hosts for this evening's event. Tonight we're here with our Director of Access to HE, Michelle, as well as some panellists of the Access to HE students who will give an insight into what the course entails and how they're supported, taking their next steps into university. So if I can come to each of our lovely students this evening, if you can just tell us who you are and what course that you're studying. Alyssia, I'll come to you first.
Hi, I'm Alyssia. I'm doing Access to Health and Physiotherapy.
Brilliant, thank you. Taha?
Hi, I'm Taha. I'm a student ambassador of the Manchester College, and currently I'm studying an access course to medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy.
Brilliant, thank you. And Carla's joined us.
Hi, I'm Carla. I'm studying an access to medicine, dentistry, and pharmacy as well.
Brilliant, thank you guys. And as I mentioned before, if you do have any questions at all, just please pop them in the Q&A box or into the chat box. Now I'm going to hand over to Michelle for a brief introduction into the Access to HE courses, and she can talk about who they're meant for and how we run them at UCEN Manchester. Hi Michelle.
Hello, thank you, Amy. Good evening, everybody. My name is Michelle Tocker. I'm Director of Access to Higher Education, which means that I oversee all of this provision. So what is an Access to Higher Education course? Well, it's specifically designed for students like you, students who are over the age of 19, who've maybe got no prior level 3 qualification, or their level 3 qualification may be something that they did a number of years ago and is maybe a change in career, no longer appropriate, and so therefore they need another level 3 qualification. It's a level 3 course that you can do in 10 months. Most of our courses start in September. We do have a few options starting in January, and you will be then ready for university in the following September. It's all about developing the skills and knowledge that maybe, certainly if you've never studied at level 3 before, you've maybe not yet got. So yes, all of the underpinning knowledge, but also the really important academic skills you're going to need to be successful at university. So that's everything from note taking, how to use Microsoft Teams, how to work collaboratively with other students, excellent research skills, developing Harvard referencing techniques. That's really important, ready for university, and the list goes on. So in terms of the types of courses that we do offer at the college, we have a number of courses. We have 14 in total. We're the second largest access to higher education provider in the country. So if I can just take you through a bit of a list, and you'll find all of them on the website. So we have an access course in business. We have a course in law, politics and society, careers and social and community work, a course in medicine, dentistry, pharmacy. We've got some excellent students here tonight. A course in combined and medical science, a course in nursing and midwifery, another course in engineering. Then we've got a very specialised course in radiography, orthotics and prosthetics, a course in English writing and media, another in social science, then health and physiotherapy. And again, we've got some students here tonight. Teacher training is another course, veterinary science and zoology, and hospitality, leisure and tourism. Also coming for this September, we also have environmental and urban science, history and archaeology, and computing. So we've got 3 new courses coming to join, so 14, 15, 16, 17 in total. That blows my brain. Oh, dear me. We also as well have a number of courses that sit within the department for students who are maybe not quite yet ready to study their access course. So they're what we call our pre-access courses, and we offer those in 4 different separate fields. So we have a course in health, another in science and engineering, another in humanities, and another in business studies, to give you that kind of opportunity to maybe get your English and maths qualifications, to maybe also sometimes maybe build your confidence. So the question then becomes, why would you do an access course over maybe a foundation course or any other type of course that you could maybe do at level 3, maybe a BTEC, T-level, those types of things? Well, 98% of our access to higher education students actually progress on to university immediately after finishing their course. And they're actually much more likely than any other student group to actually complete their degree. And actually most of the students achieving first and 2-1s at university generally come from the mature student population, that's us, and predominantly access to higher education students. University can be quite daunting if you haven't got those kind of level 3 kind of like skills, if you've maybe been out of education for quite a while. And unfortunately, because of the pandemic, education has changed quite a lot. So in order to ensure that students have got all of the skills they need, that they've had the opportunity to develop their confidence, they've come back into the education setting, got some experience and those types of things, an access qualification is absolutely perfect. We also have slightly smaller class sizes, and in some cases, depending on what type of course it is that you go on to at university, than they do have in many universities. And that gives you the opportunity to have that more one-to-one personalised type of support. So an access to higher education course is generally also half the cost of what maybe a foundation year at university would be. And you'll be learning alongside kind of like everybody from a variety of different backgrounds, and that will give you the opportunity to maybe really expand your horizons, to develop new friendship groups. A number of people who kind of like, you know, talk about their friends that they met while on their access course, and then even though they maybe went on to study at different places at university, they've carried on that friendship, which is really lovely. It's also about making sure you've got all of your qualifications in place. Universities are really strict about their entry requirements, and so therefore we have to be as well in terms of our access courses. So please do go onto the website, have a double check about what you need in order to get onto that access course, because then you've already got it in place and then you can really focus on getting that access course. While you're with us, we will support you in that university application process. So I'm sure our students here today will talk about their personal tutors, helping them with their personal statements, our achievement tutors kind of like double checking their forms, giving them advice, and also our wider guidance team talking about, say, student finance and other things. So it's a real opportunity for you to actually transform your life. Many people use their access course to change their career in really positive ways, and they then use that to also inspire other people within their communities, other people within their own homes and within their own families. It's an amazing opportunity, and we look forward to seeing you at various different points in time. Some of you may choose to come for this September, others maybe might want to wait another couple of years, and that's absolutely fine. It's about the right course at the right time for you, and that for us is really important. So Amy, I'm going to stop there. Otherwise I'll go on forever and ever and ever. Yeah. And I'll open it up to questions.
Well, so
we're moving on to.
Yeah, thanks for that, Michelle. And I might come back to you on a couple of the questions as well as we go, but fabulous. So I might come to you first, Alyssia, and just ask you kind of what you were actually doing before you decided to do your access to HE qual.
I had worked in finance for about 10 years, and although I enjoyed it at the time, I got to the point when I felt like I've done enough, and it wasn't like a career where I wanted to progress. So, and I wanted to do something probably more rewarding, and I've been thinking about a career in healthcare for a while, and I just realized that the best route for me to achieve my aspirations would be to do an access course, just to get an entry into the university.
Yeah. And what about yourself, Taha? What were you doing before you did this access course? You're on mute, Taha, sorry.
Taha, you're just on mute there.
Just while she's unmuting. Alyssia, can I just double check, what made you choose health and physiotherapy over maybe, say, I don't know, nursing and midwifery?
Well, I thought about nursing as well. So I considered several options. So maybe pharmacy, maybe nursing, maybe physiotherapy. And I've done lots of research around them. And it's really appealed to me that in physiotherapy, there is a very special relationship, I think, between a physiotherapist and a patient. Yeah. So patients are very much active participants in their care. So I can prescribe you, for example, to do exercise, but how far you go and how well you succeed, it's actually down to you. And this dynamic really appealed to me. And I did, just before the pandemic, 1 day of shadowing experience at the hospital, shadowing a physiotherapist at the Christie's, and then it's clicked, and I realized, like, this is exactly the environment I want to be, and that's exactly what I want to do.
Fantastic, thank you.
Yeah, so we'll come back to you, Taha. Sorry about that. If we so what were you actually doing before you started this access qual?
Hi. Yeah, actually, I came from a different country. So study criteria of UK and Pakistan is totally different. So when I came here, they told me that if you don't have A level, as I don't have A levels. So they told me that if you want to go into the medicine, you require A levels. So at that moment, I was depressed that what will I do now? So then I just came to know that access course is another way to get admission into the university. So that's why I started the access course so that I can go to the university for medicine.
Brilliant. And Carla, what about yourself? What were you doing before you started this course?
I've been working at an estate agent's, just sort of doing desk jobs. I've been doing different jobs there, but I realised I did always sort of want to do medicine, and this was the best way for me to go about it when I couldn't do A levels because of the pandemic and things. So I decided to do an access course.
Brilliant. Fab. And to come back to you again, Carla, what's been your favourite bit of the course so far?
I quite like just studying like different components of everything, doing little bits of chemistry and little bits of biology, and then how it all sort of ties into each other. So it's not all the same sort of information that you're being fed all day, every day. You're studying different things.
Yeah, so a bit of that diversity in the different subjects.
Diversity, exactly.
Brilliant. What about yourself, Alyssia?
I really love participating in breakout rooms, because before I signed onto the access course, I considered doing just like an A level via distance study, because I have a previous degree and I was told by the university that I can either do an access course or a biology A level. But then I realized that like doing just A level on my own via distant learning will be a very lonely experience. And I like that it's the way materials are delivered to us. We get a mixture of lectures, and also, although we have never actually met in person with other students due to the pandemic, we have lots of group activities in teams and breakout rooms. And I guess for me, they're probably my favorite part of the course, just bouncing off ideas of each other in breakout rooms and working together.
Fabulous. What about yourself, Taha? What's your favorite part of the course?
Yeah, so when we were given any task in a group, so I think that's really interesting, fascinating for me. So as we have online classes at the moment, so we will go to the breakout rooms as a group task to do some tasks, some activities. So I think it's really a very good experience on breakout room to do some group tasks. So like, yeah, that's what.
Brilliant. That's great. And then if I come back to you again, Taha, on that one, what have your contact hours been like? So how much time would you spend in classes and doing self-directed study and those kinds of things?
So at the moment, if I talk about the classes, so I have attended my regular classes, did not miss any class. So yeah, I did not miss any class. So I'll take regular classes, and after classes, after some, we have to give a lot of assignments to do. So I'll try my best to do my assignment in time. I also have different things, household activities as well to do. But apart from the coursework, I try to give 2 to 3 hours to my study at night. Yeah.
Yeah. So are you in for full days worth of like workshops and lectures?
Currently, apart from the access course study, I'm also involved in extracurricular activities, like if I'm a member of student council. So there are a lot of meetings held for us in a student council, and there are also targeted and study sessions or workshops. So if I find time, if I'll free at that moment, so I must join them. So yeah.
Brilliant. What about you?
And currently I'm also looking for some work that if I will, hopefully I will try to get job as soon as I can. So but I have before 2 months ago, I have also volunteered at hospital so that I can get some experience, as I'm interested in doing medicine. So yeah, that's what.
Busy.
Yeah.
What about
really
busy? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Alyssia? How many kind of contact hours do you, or how much time kind of do you spend studying and doing your online classes and those kinds of things?
Well, our contact hours, it's 2 full days. So we'll do from 9:15 to a.m. to 4:15 p.m. on Wednesdays and Fridays, but it's purely just kind of like a lectures and workshop type activities, and you're expected to spend probably just as much on doing your assignments and revising and applying for UCAS and all that stuff. So I would say probably like I would spend 4 full days a week, but I tend to do a little and often. So I try to do at least 1 hour or 2 hours of studying every single day, even on weekends, because that's very important, because it's quite a high on it's an intense course. So you're basically doing a course of 3 A levels in a year. So the assignment deadlines, if you just let them get out of hand, you'll never catch up. So yeah, I'm just trying my very best. I would say but if you do like 9 to 5, 4 days a week, you probably will be fine.
Yeah, so very much a full-time course.
Yeah, but I'm also involved in some extracurricular activities. I'm an active member of our fitness society, and we're trying to set up things like different fitness challenges and just inspire each other. So it takes a little bit of time as well, but it's all good fun.
Yeah, that's good. Well, I guess kind of that's also part of the university experience that you're aiming towards as well, isn't it? It's the full experience. It's getting involved in all the different things.
Good. And it's really gave me an opportunity to talk something in my interviews and university interviews, because they don't want you to be like just a nerd and be buried in books, because they want you to be a social person as well. So just to kind of like, you have to find evidence that you engaged with other students, that you took some responsibilities outside of the curriculum.
Yeah. And do you feel like that being involved in those societies and things like that has also given you extra opportunity to socialize, considering you're learning online?
Yeah, absolutely, and it just gave more chances just to connect with people, just when we kind of like all feel very isolated.
Yeah, it's definitely a strange year, isn't it?
Yeah.
If I come to you again, Alyssia, how do you feel like your tutors have helped you throughout the course?
I think the support's been absolutely fantastic. So any kind of like aspect of educational or just your life experience you can touch on, they were really supportive. Well, it's the support just goes well beyond the academic support. Well, first of all, there are for lots of people who come back to education, it will be very challenging just to start writing assignments, for example, and we had different workshops on how to write essays, how to reference, and we had a few of our first assignments were ungraded as well, which was actually a relief for lots of people. So you just gently eased in, and our tutor just was by our side every step of the UCAS application, helping us with our personal statements, just motivating us, and you can just pretty much message her any time of day or night and just expect almost an immediate response. So I'm not sure if all tutors are like that, but that was my experience.
We are. So we've got access to Microsoft Teams all the time, Alyssia. So yeah, kind of like I have my students, so I also teach. Kind of like, maybe might text me on a Saturday with a question about something they're working on, and I might be stood looking at the frozen peas, debating should I have peas or should I have corn, this, that, yeah. And I'm literally typing the answer, going, yeah, 1 second, I'm answering this. Where that, yeah. So yeah, we're all a little bit like that.
Oh, that was lovely.
That's amazing.
And the very like. Yeah, hand on heart, it was really, really much more than I expected, because I did a previous degree, and my experience of university wasn't just, I didn't feel like I got that much support at the university as I did at college.
Yeah, well, that's good to hear. Carla, what about yourself? Have you received any support throughout your course?
Yeah, I agree with Alyssia. All the teachers have been brilliant and very supportive with everything, really. Even if you don't feel as confident with a certain topic, and you asking questions which you feel like might be stupid, they'll reassure your confidence and just walk you through everything from the beginning, and they've been great.
I guess as well, probably having smaller class sizes and stuff makes that a bit easier, I presume.
Yeah, there's a lot more one-to-one support there, definitely.
Yeah.
Can I also just add into that as well, kind of like we also have a number of students, we may have three in similar situations, who've gone through some very difficult situations over the last year. And even though we have been remote, we've got a whole support team that sit alongside all of the teachers, offering all of that kind of emotional support, maybe some advice in regards to kind of, you know, we've had some students be furloughed who've needed some financial advice. We've got a fantastic guidance and welfare team, our student mentors and our achievement tutors as well. So it's fantastic to hear about all of that kind of like tutor-led support, and kind of like I take that on board and we'll run away and share that with all of your staff. They'll be delighted. But it's also all of that wider support we have as well.
Yeah, and obviously as part of UCEN Manchester, that Future You offer and stuff is all in there in place, isn't it? And
yeah.
I think you've all touched on it, but also giving you those skills that you need to progress as well, and you know, ready for the university experience in a way that you're probably not in when you leave college at kind of 17, 18. So that's really positive to hear. Taha, have you got anything to add about your experience and how you've been supported?
Hi, yeah. To be honest, all teachers of Manchester College are very cooperative. I did not only get support regarding university stuff, but also get support in choosing the best career pathway for me. I still remember that time that when I had started this course, I was so confused that in which field should I apply for university. Then I contacted our course leader. I must say he's so motivational himself, and when I was worried about university stuff, he just guided me and did his best to solve my every problem or any question that I have at that moment. And yeah, on Teams there is also a file available where the entry requirements of all medical schools are mentioned. So I think that's really helpful for all students. And in addition, I have also contacted our career and welfare coordinator, and she was amazing, to be honest. She tried her best to answer me, to give me the answer of my every question. So yes, I think I really appreciate that, and I am glad that I'm connected with such brilliant teachers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's lovely to hear that you're having such a positive experience here, especially in such a really strange year. I think for everyone.
Yeah. I just email them and they will just give me their response back via email. So yeah, we never see each other face to face due to COVID.
Yeah, but on the bright side, it doesn't seem like that's diminished your experience in those kinds of ways, or that access to support. So that's really positive to hear. Thank you all. You've all touched then on a bit about how you've been supported with uni applications as well, so I won't ask that one again. But if I come back to you, Taha, how do you feel like your confidence has grown across this course?
Across this course, well, I was very shy, and my confidence level was low because I came from a different country, and when I came here, everything is new for me. So I was very confused that will I be able to get admission in medicine? Will I be able to adjust here in a new environment? Everything was new. So I did a lot of the struggle. But finally, when I started this course, I just not did only this course. I also took part in different extracurricular activities. Like I have told you earlier that I have joined student council. Now I'm a student ambassador. I'm a study representative as well. So throughout this course, throughout these roles, my confidence level enhanced, raised day by day. Even when I attend meetings and talk to others regarding different aspects, different topics, we will debate. We will also do debate on different topics. So I think through these roles, through attending different study sessions or workshops, my confidence level really raised on. And yeah, now I'm confident, and now I'm here.
Yeah, this is pretty amazing, isn't it, for somebody who's not that confident?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, now I'm here in front of you. It's all because of throughout these roles, student ambassador and all. It's all because of those meetings I have attended. I have faced others, faced different kind of issues and talk with others. Now I'm here that I'm talking to you. It's all about my confidence level. That now my confidence level has improved very well. Yeah.
That's amazing. What about yourself, Carla? How do you feel like your skills and confidence have grown throughout the course?
Yeah, I agree with Taha. Like personal confidence as well has grown over the course, but also just confidence with what we're studying and with content. I feel like I'm becoming more confident with every sort of assignment or topic that we do in what I'm talking about, and I don't feel as flustered now.
Yeah, brilliant. What about yourself, Alyssia?
Yeah, I agree with the girls. I feel exactly the same, and I feel my confidence has grown not only as a person but also as a professional, because I think because I have looked into doing A-level biology as an alternative to the Access course, and Access course is actually much more geared towards physiotherapy, which I want to study as a university. So A-level is like, do I really need to know about photosynthesis to treat humans? And A-level Access course is all about practically all our biology units and psychology units to a certain degree. They are very much geared towards my chosen profession. So we did lots of musculoskeletal studies, lots of study of coordination and control, about nervous system, so which all will come really useful at the university, and I'll feel confident that I won't kind of like feel out of depth once I go there.
Yeah.
That's a really important point, and I just want to kind of like jump in there if I can, is that all of our Access qualifications have been designed with the support of the universities. So we haven't just sat there and gone, oh, do you know what, I think we'll do the cell, the musculoskeletal system and so on and so forth. That's been led by what the universities are delivering, because we know that you're going to need some underpinning knowledge and the skill development in order to be able to kind of like really tackle that unit when you get to university with a great deal of confidence. So yeah, kind of like they're all specifically designed with the university in mind, and with their full support as well.
It makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, really, in terms of if that's a specialism you want to go into, why not teach the things that are relevant to it? So,
and not only that, if I'm honest with you, kind of like all of our Access students are going to be sat in exactly the same classrooms with A-level students and lecture halls with them. Those students have studied that at A-level, because the A-level is designed in conjunction with universities to provide all of that underpinning knowledge. So why would we teach our Access students anything different? So we're exactly the same. So that then there's even competition within the lecture hall. Everyone's just as confident as each other. That's the plan.
Fabulous. And then probably kind of, I know we've touched on this year being a bit of a different year, but typically we don't run our Access courses as online courses in blended learning. And like you said, Alyssia, about you didn't want to do an A-level that was purely online and self-directed and stuff like that. How have you actually found the online learning experience, considering it wasn't necessarily something you sought out to do?
Yeah, I must confess I was a little disappointed. Well, not with the college, obviously, because college has no control over the pandemic, but with the whole, as everyone else, not being able to go out. And I'm very people's person. Like I crave like face-to-face contact, and when it became apparent that pandemic wasn't going to slow down and the course will be online, so as a matter of fact, I haven't once even visited the campus, because we've got access to loads of books and everything is delivered on Microsoft Teams. So you kind of like, you've got all your materials available to you. But to be honest, I think I can see the advantages of online or blended learning delivery. Like one of the immediate advantage is all of our classes, all of our lectures and all of our activities, they're recorded. So if you miss something inadvertently, or if you just felt sleepy in the morning and didn't concentrate, you can actually play it back and watch it again. So I think which probably wouldn't have been the case if it was just a live environment, because if you miss the class, you miss the class. And as I said, it's also Manchester College library is amazing. They have access to so many resources and they have subscriptions even to lots of different specialized journals. So you will just have more material than you actually need for the course if you need to explore a particular topic a little bit deeper.
Yeah, brilliant. What about yourself, Carla? How have you found the online learning experience?
Yeah, I agree. I've actually really felt the benefits of online learning, especially when it comes to doing assignments and things. Because you can always watch back any classes that you didn't feel completely confident on and just retype up your notes and make sure that you know what you're talking about. And there's an e-library as well, which I've been able to get lots of books and journals for referencing as well. That's been very helpful. So there has been quite a lot of benefits that I don't think I would have looked at really had we not had online learning. So yeah, I think it has helped out in the end.
Yeah, I think it's a strange thing across the events that we've been running this week. I think overwhelmingly it has felt like a positive experience, and for things like time management and stuff as well, being able to do it from home where there's no commute and no things like that as well, it does definitely make a difference.
Nobody's getting wet stood waiting for a tram or a bus at the moment because everyone's obviously at home keeping nice and dry.
It feels like relationships are formed still online. It hasn't made a difference that everybody's been working online with the friendships and the extra activities that you can do as well. So it's really, really positive.
Yeah, and I felt lucky quite a few times, especially in winter when you wake up and it's snowing outside and you think, my classroom is just next door, and I can go there in my pajamas with a cup of coffee and enjoy it.
That's it, isn't it? It offers a different level of flexibility in many ways. So I'm glad that there's been some positives to that. And then I think we've pretty much come to the end. It doesn't look like we've had too many questions in, but we've just got one last one. I'll come to each of you first. If I start with you, Carla, what advice would you have for anyone thinking of doing an access qualification and thinking about changing their career?
I would probably say just don't overthink it, because I remember when I was thinking about doing an access course and I was thinking, I'm probably going to have to quit my job, and I was thinking it's going to consume so much time, but in reality for me I've only got classes on Thursdays and Fridays, so I've actually been managed to keep my 2 other jobs and still have time for study and other things as well. So it's worked out quite well for me. So I'd say just don't overthink it, and it's not as bad as it seems.
Brilliant. Taha, what would be your advice to anybody thinking about doing an access to HE qual?
Well, I think if someone wants to change a career, then I think an access qualification is the best option for them. An access qualification is an alternative way to get into the university, and the aim of this course is to give students an opportunity to achieve their ambitions. So if someone is not satisfied with his or her current education or change his mind, then I think they should avail an opportunity in the form of access course. There is nothing wrong in that. In fact, I know someone who did his undergraduate program in psychology, and now currently he is doing an access course to medicine, and because he just changed his mind and want to be a doctor. So I think its access course is the best option for them who has changed their mind. So I will recommend them to go for it. And I will always say that always keep 3 things in your mind. Never give up, never think any negativity, and just satisfy yourself with what you want to do, and just do your best in that. Yeah.
Brilliant. Thanks, Taha. I would just come to you, Alyssia. Obviously you're doing the career change at the moment. What advice would you have for anybody else thinking about maybe taking that leap?
Yeah, I would just say absolutely do it. I think you're never too old, you're never too busy, and as Carla said, you can make it work. You can make the course is quite flexible, so you can adjust it to work it around your commitments. You get tons of support, and I know that like a few people on my course, including myself, were kind of like I suppose I had reservations. I thought, like, what if I do it and I don't get a place at the university, because physiotherapy is an extremely competitive course. But like, I've got an offer from my dream university, and I know most of people in my course also got at least one offer. So it's all possible, and just never doubt yourself. Just go for it. And I cannot even see any just negative sides to doing an access course. It can open so many doors.
Brilliant. Michelle, any advice from your side of things?
I would say my main piece of advice is keep open that line of communication between yourself as the student and the teachers and the wider support team. You know, we are here to support you. We won't necessarily know that you're maybe going through a kind of like, oh, I don't know how to kind of like reorganize a cell, or kind of like, I don't know, talk about this particular type of concept, unless you tell us that you kind of like, you may be struggling a little bit. There is no shame in struggling. There are no silly questions in a classroom. Kind of like anything goes, but you need to be in communication with us. And if there's something going on in your life, it's really important that you share that, so that we're able to then support you as best as we possibly can through that.
Brilliant. Thanks for that, Michelle, and thanks for all of you for joining us. It's been really insightful and lovely to hear about your experience at UCEN Manchester on your access to HE Quals, and all the best on this very transformative part of your life. It's really exciting, and it's really like very heartwarming to hear that you're all having such a good time, and you're so aspirational as well as to where you're going and where you're heading in your future. So thank you all for joining us. I really appreciate it. This is our last event of the season, so I've not got anything to say about other ones. If you haven't applied yet and you would like to, there is still time. If you just head to our website, ucenmanchester.ac.uk, you can search all access courses as well as our wider degree level offer on there, and make an application ahead of September. Obviously, you can still browse and look for other entry dates in the future as well. We hope you all have a lovely evening, and thank you again for our wonderful panelists.
Thank you.
Goodbye. See you.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.